This is a Harper Guys production.
The Harper contains foul language and adult material. If you are easily offended and thin-skinned, you should hit the stop button now. And if you are not a complete idiot, let's get this party started.
Let's get down to brass tacks, gentlemen. If I was informed correctly, the clock is ticking. Is that right, Jimmy?
Yeah, but good luck arguing that in court. Let me get down to brass tacks.
Listen, let's get down to brass tacks here. How much for the ape?
Jack, let's just cut the crap and get down to brass tacks here.
Are you hating on Neil Diamond?
Holy fuck Neil Diamond.
Our dream of deathmatch is going to come to fruition, and my golden ticket is going to pay off. Hoo-ah. Don't you fucking hoo-ah me, motherfucker.
I want the ability to time travel.
Dumb. This is stupid. Welcome to the Hopper, ladies and gentlemen. This is Jake. With me, as always, my co-host Adam.
That's right.
We're coming at you with the Corona-free show tonight.
The Corona-free zone.
Which means we don't have it, so we can podcast.
We pretty sure we don't.
We are an essential business, and that's what I know.
We work. we are essential, and was it? It's a necessity.
Yeah.
A necessity and essential.
Gotta have your Harper.
Gotta have the Harper.
That's right.
Oh.
So what do you got for me for a little public service announcement this week?
We're all out because everybody's at home. No, actually,
what better way to pass your time?
I will say this just to start off. I think that by us being a podcast, we are doing a great service by keeping our show rolling.
Yeah.
Just for the people at home, because, I'm sure it's a little bit easier to listen to your favorite podcast while you're working at home than it is in the office.
It's true.
Put your little Bluetooth speaker up in the corner and tippy type away or whatever the hell you're doing.
Right. Tap right into your laptop, go from there.
Tippity tap. All right, here we go. Episode 66. Visit us at theharperguys.com. There you can follow and share. Share alike, please. Tell your friends, damn it. Also, visit us at iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, Stitcher Radio, Public, TuneIn, and iHeartRadio. If you're watching right now on YouTube, subscribe, comment, and become part of the
show!
I probably just blew out your earphones. I'm sorry.
He's not really that sorry.
And thank you to Ethan Maxwell, whichever one it is, for the Demilitarized Zone. And we will be finishing that song in its entirety. That is our intro and now our outro.
Yeah.
That's it.
Bam, here we go.
Here we motherfucking go.
So let's just jump right in. I
should have dropped that.
I'm just gonna throw the first sentence out there, and then I'm gonna let you take the ball and run. I'm playing quarterback with the pitch outside here, right? So today was supposed to be opening day for the Cleveland Indians.
Oh man, you're like busting into my quick hitter.
I just right out of the gate. I gotta get this out there to throw it out there. And I think we mentioned it before on the show. Clearly, you're a many-time veteran of the opening day.
This was going to be year number 12 in a row.
12 in a row. This was my cherry day. My first one was supposed to be. But we all know that Major League Baseball is not playing right now.
Can't blame them.
Do the old COVID here. So
yeah, you can't really blame them, but what are you going to do?
So instead of being asleep by 6 o'clock on this lovely evening, it's we're awake and podcasting.
Yeah, it's quite disappointing. We kind of say, fuck you, Mother Nature, too, because if it would have been 23, I'd have been like, so we missed opening day.
Right.
Sucks. Would have froze our asses off. Would have been a good time, but today in Ohio was roughly 66 degrees.
Sunny.
Now, up in Cleveland, it might have been 62, but I'll still take that.
Sunny, breezy.
Beery.
Oh, perfect day for drinking some beer.
Shit. So anyways, yeah, thanks COVID or whatever you want to be called.
Broken heart right there. Can't wait for it to be rescheduled.
Well, since you jumped into my quick hitter hops, let's just continue because what we're gonna be doing here is we're gonna save our more elaborate sports talk for the Patreon show. That's right, you heard me first. The Patreon show,
which will be launching soon.
We are recording this right after this show, and you can find it on our Patreon. We'll give you some more information on that here shortly.
Boom.
So, not only did we miss do we have opening day blues? The other thing about that, we bitch so much, not just Jake and I, but even my buddy Reno, we bitch so much because why are they having opening day on the 26th? The baseball fucking people, powers that be, whoever they are, you don't fucking make a game in Cleveland on the 26th of March. They didn't usually start till the very, very end of March, which I know that is technically the end of March, but
that's within like 5 days.
Yeah, but usually it's like the 31st is as early as they'll go in.
Okay.
And then, usually the home opener for the Indians is like maybe a week later most of the time. It's not usually the season opener.
Isn't it better, though, if it's the season opener?
It's way better if it's the season opener. But what I'm saying is they usually don't make it the season opener because it's fucking shitty out in Cleveland. So, when we saw that initially, we were all like, what the fuck? But, comes to find out, didn't matter anyways because we couldn't go. But the fact that it's 66 kind of pisses me off.
Yeah.
Would have been great. Anyways.
It does suck that that's canceled, but along with basically all other sports.
Don't go into it. We're saving that for the Patreon.
I'm saving it. I didn't know, man. I don't have the list.
I told you once already.
I'm just going to be quiet.
All right.
I'll raise my hand before I speak.
So, the other quick hitter is around the sports world.
Yeah.
Holy shit, man. If the Browns get to play, they are making some moves.
Team is going to be sweet ass again, man.
But better.
I mean, we think. They still have the 10th pick in the draft, too.
Okay, where I'm going at is no one's going to be like Browns Super Bowl this year. They're just not going to do it.
Well, no, they all did it last year.
Right. No one's going to do that this year because it was horrible. It's like being on the cover of Madden or SI. It's a jinx, right?
Sure.
So no one's doing that again. So that's the first good part. The second good part is they're getting parts and pieces that just seem to make sense for a change.
I don't disagree.
They got a veteran backup quarterback that's rooting for the starter, at least on paper he is. I'm sure he'd like to play, but I'm sure as far as the teams, there's twofold there. He's an older guy, so I'm sure he would love to sit on the bench and make a paycheck.
This guy was the bottom of the fucking barrel, though, of the veteran quarterbacks that were available.
Still.
I mean, this guy's getting paid the same money that several other guys are like. They kind of got Joe Flacco for this money. Super Bowl champion Joe Flacco for that money. You don't have to like him. No. I'm just saying, but I would take Joe Flacco over this fucking joker anytime.
I think they were trying not to get competition.
What's his name? Starts with a C or something?
Casey Keenum.
Yeah, Case Keenum. What the fuck, man?
Well, I still think it's good. I don't plan on the guy touching the ball at all, unless maybe it's a fourth quarter.
Cam Newton's out there right now. I'm just fucking saying.
Cam Newton. See, that's what they didn't want to do is bring in competition.
Trade Baker, bring in Cam, Landry, Odell, light it on fire, bro.
It would be nice. But anyways, they brought in a fullback, and he's like, I think it was a fullback anyways. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
They brought in a fullback, yeah.
And he's like, my goal this year is to get Chubb the rushing title. Let's go.
Yeah.
I'm like, I love these words I'm hearing.
Right. His buddy's still going to be here, it looks like, because they put a second round tenure on him.
Yeah.
And nobody's going to pay that because basically they would have to give him a $6.4 million contract in
Boom.
order to sign him. So Hunt's coming back.
So that means
probably on a long-term deal once they get the court shit settled.
Yeah, beautiful.
The best NFL running back tandem maybe that I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's
I know that's early to say that, but as far as young talent, they're both ridiculous.
Yeah, and you will never hear me say Browns Super Bowl ever until it's the night of the Super Bowl and they're in it.
God. If they had, I hate to say it because I want Baker to be the Baker that we have dreamed of for forever. All I'm saying is, man, if you put Tom Brady or Drew Brees or something like that, if you put them in the driver's seat of this Cadillac, woo!
I mean, it could have happened, Tom Brady.
It was that close, man.
Easily could have happened. He's got all the tools. I'm sure a little bit he's probably like, you guys fix that offensive line. I am yours.
Right. Cleveland immediately turns around, trades Baker to them for their first-round pick. Boom! You got 2 first-round picks and Tom Brady. What am I doing?
You win the Super Bowl, and then you just ride off in the sunset as the shittiest team for the next 10 years.
With 2 first-round picks in the hole. What are you talking about?
I'm just saying.
Loaded for bear.
I'm just saying.
No,
How about
the unsung signing though? Most people will not even know who this guy is. Was Jack Conklin. Most people have no idea who that is. He was a top 5 pick in the draft a couple years ago. He is an offensive tackle, and he is a fucking road grader. To where anybody that loves them some Chubb like you do, you're going to love you some Jack Conklin as long as he stays healthy, because he is a big, meaty, angry human. So it's good to see the Browns.
I'm not going to tell anybody,
moves.
but I think I have to put Chubb back this year, don't I?
No, you get 1 more year.
Oh,
You get 1 more year of Chubb.
I'm going to spank my Chubb a little bit more.
Yeah, this is
Chubb,
this
go.
This is the last year of keepers for that league, and then we redraft the following year. Let me throw out one more thing about football since we're talking about it.
Si, senor.
Because
Oui, mon frère.
I'm gonna Chicago. I love you so much, my Bears.
Burst.
We traded for Nick Foles. I don't really know how I feel about that. We've got 2.
Which are you more upset about, trading for Nick Foles or the Case Keenum?
I mean, I don't know. Probably trading for Foles, honestly, because I mean,
Because you're giving something up.
At least Baker's still clearly in the driver's seat. Now we've got 2 guys that are both like slightly average. I don't know. And then the worst of it all, like when you just can't get any dumber. It was like that moment in fucking Dumb and Dumber when I just think you couldn't possibly do anything any stupider. You go and do something like that and give Jimmy Graham $8 million a year for 2 years. Guarantee. What the fuck are we doing here? Jimmy Graham couldn't catch a fucking cold at this point with the coronavirus
He can't catch
going
the
on.
corona.
I mean,
he can't
Jesus.
even catch the corona.
And we're signing that guy to a
and
fucking
he's
2-year
licking
deal.
hand railings and he can't catch the corona.
Anyway, sorry to go off.
That's okay.
God damn it, Chicago.
So that's it for the quick hitters. I don't want to get too much more into
All
it.
right, then. That's why I held back a little bit there.
All right. So we're gonna preach a little bit here.
Preach.
And some of this, it's not all corona, but it might be shit around the corona. And some of this might be stuff, the coronavirus and all this bullshit we're doing to prevent ourselves from becoming ill and or just whatever. This might be just a new way of life. I'm thinking that some of this might be. Some of it we were already doing. I'm just saying, like okay, for instance, don't be a fucking dumbass.
You got to elaborate.
I'm going to.
For the greater population, that doesn't narrow it down to how they should act.
It does. Heed the warnings from your state and country. I mean, seriously, do it.
Which are what, though? Like, this is where...
Don't travel in large groups.
Don't travel in large groups. Okay.
Yes, stay away from highly populated areas.
Oh, so don't go to Giant Eagle, Acme, or Walmart, where every time you go in, there's 100 people, but everybody's allowed there because that's where you get groceries. Can somebody explain this to me? I don't fucking understand it. I can't have 12 people at my house, but I can walk into a fucking grocery store with 20 people that haven't wiped their ass properly and then washed their hands today.
Highly, that would be in your. That's called common sense. At that point, you turn around and you say, "I'll come back later."
There's no later, dude. Go to a grocery store. There's no later. Later is from the time they open until the time they close.
Well, for one, in Ohio, they're not even supposed to be fucking out. Heed the warnings from your state.
No, follow the rules from your state. Those are the things. Those are my talking points. So if you want to get into that, we can get into that part first.
No. You're allowed to go to those places.
Yeah.
I'm just saying you got to have some common sense.
What's common sense? If I showed up at 8, there's still people there. If I show up at 9 o'clock at night, there's still people there.
There is still people there. I'm not saying the store's going to be dead.
Do I sit outside and count cars until we get to an acceptable number to where I know it's time for me to go in?
You know what the parking lot looks like. If you pull in and it's full, you're like, okay, maybe tomorrow or maybe later tonight. I'll check back.
I mean, I don't know. Me and you both live within 5 minutes of where we shop, so it ain't the big a deal. But there's people that travel 15, 20 minutes to get to where they shop. Some cases longer.
Then in this situation, I don't know.
I'm asking. I'm not bitching at you.
No,
I'm trying to ask a real question.
I don't know. I have heard.
This is such a contradiction. All of this shit, everything that you give me for a fucking rule contradicts something else that we're allowed to fucking do.
Yeah, but at some point you got to screw in the common sense screw just a little bit tighter. Be like, I'm not going in there. I'm going to tell you what. I've been to our grocery store, Acme in Norton, Ohio. I've been there probably 6 times since. Not 6 times. It's only been a week. Let's just say 3 times.
Okay.
Half that. One day, and it was the day before the shutdown.
Yeah.
Like they had announced it. It must have been Sunday.
So Monday was actually because Monday it shut down that night.
Okay, so this was Sunday, the day before. Everybody knew it was happening the next day.
Yeah.
and the place was packed. And I was like, oh my God, I wanted to pull my shirt up like Cornholio and walk around and like hide my face. Bottom line is, I still followed the rules. The rules are, don't touch your fucking face. You're picking up all these boxes, okay? I'm just saying, this is, don't be a dumbass. The second part of this is, I've heard other stories, and we've always heard stories like this. I don't know if these are just urban legends.
Yeah.
To where somebody gets the disease, feels like they want to give other people the disease, because why should they be the only ones? I mean, have you heard stories like this?
I mean, I have. I don't know that anybody has had a single case of that yet with this.
I've heard about it already. I've heard somebody tell me a story.
I think the story that you heard is the one that actually has a hilarious ending, is the one where the fucking idiot was walking around through a grocery store, just picking up random things off the shelf and licking it and then putting them back. Yeah, they identified this guy, and now he's facing like 9 felonies.
Good.
This guy's going to do like 40 years.
Okay.
For trying, even though he came back negative, like they tested him, he does not have it.
But he thought he did.
Yes. Like, it wasn't even necessarily that he thought he did. He was like basically the Corona challenge. Like, whatever I can try to do, like if I got it, you're going to get it too. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah. So don't be like that.
Well, that's extreme, though. Like, that's the stupidest fucking idiot in the world.
Okay.
He should have been put in jail for something else probably before
Jake,
this.
there's a lot of stupid people just like that guy that would feel the same way. And you can't do that. You just absolutely cannot.
I don't know. This ain't fucking chicken pox, man. Like, you don't bring your friends over to fucking play when figure out one of you got it.
No.
You know?
No. I'm just saying, heed the warnings. What do they have on Google? There's the 5 things you should do. Wash your hands.
I don't know. It was on Google. Was blame Trump number 2? Probably on fucking Google.
Probably.
Sorry.
I don't remember what Google said. They said wash your hands.
Don't touch your face. Can we go back to that one?
Yeah, don't touch your face.
Right. 6 feet away from every other human being on the planet.
6 feet away. Which, well, I don't want to jump in too far here, but, yeah, if you do come down with it, don't be a cocksucker.
How do you feel about parks being open?
Well,
my wife drove past a park. I won't call it out by name because I don't want to be, calling out a specific county for the way they're handling things. She drove past a specific park on her way home today, and there were over 100 cars in the parking lot. I know it was the nicest day in March in years. I get that. But that cannot be healthy.
Well, how do you stay that far apart of people?
I mean, it's a pretty big fucking park. Don't get me wrong. Like, you can spread out a little bit, but what I'm saying is, at some point, you're all back in the same fucking parking lot. That's just as close, if not closer, than being in a fucking grocery store. Like, what the fuck? Why is this okay?
Well, here's okay. I'm going to explain to you, at least from what I understand, is the 6 feet rule. Why that is. Because if somebody is coughing and hacking, you want to be at least that far. Well, I would probably be farther, maybe 10 feet or 12 feet, or turn around and walk the other way.
I mean, right. That's what I would do in that situation.
But I think that, they said the only way you can pretty much catch this is touching something and transferring it, eyes, nose, mouth, whatever.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So the 6 feet thing really doesn't mean anything if the person isn't coughing on you, unless you're going to catch a spit bomb on accident on the lip.
Yeah.
Maybe the other thing is the masks.
What about them?
They come out and they say they're not even doing anything.
Why would they not be doing anything if it's an airborne thing?
Exactly. And if it's a respiratory thing, why would it not be helping anything? I'm sorry, first of all, you've seen some people with these huge masks. Guess what that means? That means you can't touch your fucking face. Well, you could touch your eyes, but you sure couldn't touch your nose or your mouth.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, you're wearing basically a Cleveland steamer on your face, but still.
I guess, right? I don't know. It's weird. I just wonder how you felt about the parks. Or how about the walking? We both live in residential neighborhoods. Dude, I've seen more people walking up and down my road in the last 4 days.
There's a lot of people out there
that have
today.
walked up and down my road in the last 4 years. Dude, you notice just on your way to my house.
There's so many people outside.
They are fucking everywhere.
The mom on the corner is playing soccer with her kids. She's got all these flags set up and they're doing little drills. Great.
What the fuck, man?
But see, it's their yard.
Yeah, it is their yard. You know what else is? My yard's my yard. So when you're walking your dog and your dog comes down, takes a shit in my yard, oh, by the way, you cough while you're out there, I take my dog out later. I don't know. What's the fucking lifespan of this shit? Couple hours? It can be fucking caught and spread anywhere.
See, this is the thing. I was talking to my parents. They live out BFE, and we were talking over the phone. We had our little virtual visit, right, over the phone.
Yeah.
Being smart, heeding the warnings from our governor, and we had the idea. We could probably come out. If it's a nice day, you guys have a large property, huge porch. They've got like a 40-foot porch with chairs on both ends. We could easily sit at each end and chit-chat. If we were, and we didn't even have to go in. But then it dawned on me. I said, we could do that. But those 3 dogs you have would be just transferring everything in between us. So no pets, great idea.
Yeah.
But because they have animals, especially dogs, that are going to be in my lap and then go over to there, it doesn't work.
No, it doesn't work. It's ridiculous.
So
it's annoying.
And I tell you what, I've got an 80-year-old father. He's going to be 82 this year.
Yeah.
If he lives through fucking Corona.
Hey, he's got this.
His girlfriend is he's married now. Sorry, they long time boyfriend girlfriend in their 80s and 70s. They were married. So my stepmom.
Yeah.
She is a year or two older than him. I'm worried as fuck for these two.
Well, sure.
But here's the thing: they watch the news religiously. I call them a lot more recently, and I'm like, what are you guys doing? Do you need stuff? I will literally
drop it off on the porch.
Drop it off on the porch, on the driveway, wherever. They're just going out. I called them the Sunday before. Are you guys going to church? You're not going to church. Yeah, we're going to church. Like, why are you going to church? Oh, there's nothing but old people there, and we don't have that many in our congregation, and everybody sits about 2 or 3 pews in between them. I'm like, okay, that all makes sense, but what happens at church a lot? Coming through the doors.
Shaking hands.
Shaking hands, baby.
Bumping elbows, banging fists.
I told my dad, I said,
shoulder tapping.
You're not going to be able to do it. You're going to go in there and want to shake somebody's hand. I said, you can't do it. He goes, oh, I know. Well, my dad's also starting to lose his memory a little bit.
Really?
So he's not going to remember not to shake fucking hands. So
I agree. He's not.
So I told him the other day, I said, don't go to the fucking stores.
I had a customer give me the elbow when I walked in.
Yeah.
The only customer that I'm currently actually seeing.
Yeah.
Literally.
We had some vendors come in right when this was all kind of getting like serious, and they were doing the fist bumps. They were like, don't shake hands, fist bump.
Yeah, then they took that out real quick, didn't they?
Did they?
No more fist bumps, yeah.
Okay. We just fist bumped on the show.
Well, dude, we're allowed to. I don't give a shit.
You want to try the elbow?
Sorry, man. I'm just not afraid of it. I could have died in a war fucking 600 years ago on a battlefield at 33 like most people did. I'm just not one that's running for the fucking hills from this thing. No. I'm being respectful, and I'm being respectful of other people's rights and making sure that I'm not being a douchebag about anything. I mean, literally, when you showed it to my house and I had a bottle of Purell in the garage when you got here, I've wiped down everything with Purell wipes. Hashtag should have bought fucking Purell stock. That's on my list of things to talk about.
And Amazon stock.
It's companies that we need fucking stock in. But at the same time, like, I'm sorry. I'm not somebody that's going to let this fucking control my life.
No.
I got to keep on fucking living. I got things I got to fucking do. If I fucking get it, I get it. It's like fucking cancer or anything else. At some point in time, it's just something for fucking people to bitch and complain about in its own way. And it makes me frustrated. And it reveals the weaknesses in people, and that's what I'm getting tired of. I was told today specifically there are so many people that are not going to work simply because they're afraid of an unsafe environment. People that have no actual adverse risks. They don't have actual other health problems that would be complicated by this. They are not age reliant to where it's a problem with that. It's just because, I don't feel comfortable with coming into work at this point in time.
I mean, I kind of agree with that.
With which part? With me or with them?
Well, with the fact that what you're saying, if you are a healthy human being in your 20s to 50, I would say you have no reason to work at home.
No. Take a fucking shower. Keep your shit fucking clean. Don't be a fucking dirtbag. I mean, it ain't that fucking hard.
And
I
plus,
mean, at the end of the day.
Our facility, our place of employment, went way above and beyond. They have a person that is on disability but is able to use their arms quite well and their feet quite well. Go down and wipe all the doorknobs and every single morning. I mean, if you're going to that length,
it's a pretty fucking clean place, man.
It's going to be cleaner. Because I'm going to tell you what, there were previously some pretty fucking dirty-ass door handles, but not anymore. They're all fucking clean.
Right, shining.
Do you know what they just did? Because I'm still at the facility.
They bombed it, didn't they?
They did something, but
they ionized, bombed it, whatever that thing is called?
Yeah.
Yeah. Bam! Paid attention in science?
Right. But what they've done recently, I walked in the day, I can hear the machines. I'm in the office, I can hear all the machines. The doors are open. I'm like, oh, it must be airing it out. No, all day long, all for like the last 3 days, the doors have been open. Do you know why?
I don't know. I just gave you my guess.
No, not because of the ionized bomb.
I don't know why.
Because they don't want people touching those fucking door handles.
So they're just leaving doors open.
They would much rather leave the doors open to the plant than the supervisors walking through there every day, every 20 minutes, touching those door handles. They removed it. I'm like, not too stupid.
God. Again, though, stupidity. Can we just make it easy? Can we make it easy? Can we?
I'm just saying.
I don't move into the 21st century.
I don't really like it, but at the same time, it's smart.
Can we just make like a sensor opened door? I mean, what the fuck, man? It can't cost that much to install a fucking sensor to fucking open a door.
You mean like the wheelchair thing?
Something like that, man. I mean, they use them at hospitals all the fucking
bump
time.
it and it goes.
Yeah.
Well, here's the problem. Here is the only
Is if you
problem.
put in one, everybody's gonna want one. I know.
No, that's not the problem. There's only 3 doors. Here's the problem.
Here's the problem.
The door is supposed to be locked because certain people are not supposed to be coming into the office.
Okay, this isn't fucking 2006, brah. They let everybody in now.
They're not supposed to because the HR lady was talking to me as I left, and she said, "The key fobs. Who's supposed to be able to and who's not?" I'm like, we'll talk tomorrow. But so she's wanting them shut.
As far as who can get in the office and who can't.
Yeah.
You don't have to have a key fob from the floor to the office though. They're not locked.
If the door is locked,
then you have to have one.
Then you can key fob. It's there.
It's a good thing I know a guy that gave me a master key to where I can get in any door in the building.
Not me.
Not you.
Wasn't
See?
me.
I love that you were like, no, distance myself.
Don't say it. No,
Nope.
It wasn't me.
No, I went to somebody
Oh,
else.
by the way, this show is brought to you by the sweet champagne of beers, Miller High Life.
That's an unpaid advertisement.
I'm getting paid right now.
Yeah. Well, mine's brought to you by salted caramel whiskey and Bailey's.
Nice.
It's a little bit man, it's a little bit woman. Yeah, just how I like it. That's what I'm going for tonight. So
I have the bisexual of drinks.
So I'm going to throw this out there, and you might have this on your list. I just need to fucking know. I know that everybody's got a reason to try to stay open to be essential because closing for 2 weeks, it's a giant kick in the pants, you know. But how in the living hell are all of the fast food places open? Why is McDonald's a necessity?
You've got my last one here.
I mean, I just got to know. Like, I've tried to examine this from, like, every possible fucking angle. Like, there ain't anything on... Hear that, man? I'm crunking it now. There's nothing on that menu that's critical for survival.
So, quick story about McDonald's. My wife was telling me how, our McDonald's in Norton is a hotspot. Oh, my God, it's a hotspot. This person had it. The manager had it because he was on a cruise. Blah, blah, blah. Well, I don't know all about that because I don't know if everything on Facebook's true. Probably not. But anyways... On Monday, when I thought the shit was shut down on Monday, but here it was actually Monday at midnight.
Yeah.
So I'm driving through and I go by McDonald's and there's this lady and I'm expecting to see nobody out. And for me, I'm loving this because, wow, I'm going to drive to work and there's not going to be one idiot in front of me. I'm so worried about the fucking bad drivers, right? No, I'm behind old grandma and she's got her handicap thing in the fucking window. And you're not allowed to drive with that in the fucking off the mirror. You're not. Do you know that?
You have to take it off the mirror?
It's supposed to be in the glove box.
I haven't had one of those yet, so no, I don't fucking know
right,
that.
But that's the rules. You see everybody driving with these fucking things. Anyways, in the glove box, it's not. It's hanging from the mirror, so I'm just pissed already. She's not following the fucking rules.
Yeah.
And then she's pulling into McDonald's real slow, so I have to slow down for her because she don't know how to turn. And I'm yelling I'm like, you're not even supposed to be out. Why are you going to McDonald's? You know, that's what I'm yelling.
Yeah.
I'm getting all frustrated. And then I found out that, it's tomorrow. But you know what? Tomorrow came, and there's still people doing it.
Yeah. Dude, you should have seen the line yesterday at Starbucks in Fairlawn. We were making one of those necessary trips to Swenson's.
A necessity.
Yeah. Hey, it's a necessity. That's what they told us. So, you know what? Fuck you. We're going to take advantage of it. You know me. I'm going to take the advantage. When my wife says, I want a cheeseburger, I want it the best. You know, she's got to have the best. We got a Swenson's. So,
I was
again.
say, what was the best? McDonald's? Come on.
Swenson's.
I can't get on board with that.
That's dumb. I can't.
Who wants sugar in their burger?
Nobody even knows that that's what they're eating until they eat it. And they're like, oh my God, it's the greatest thing ever.
I want sugar on my salties.
There's a little teeny tiny bit of brown sugar that's in it. You can't even taste it.
Yes, you can.
That's dumb.
Anyways.
Anyway, But
There's certain things I'm absolutely against.
That's what Mama wanted, and it was delicious.
Well, I'm sure it was.
It worked out great. But
Glad you enjoyed it.
But I was there almost out of protest. Like, I'm not going to come to your establishment and just roll through your drive-through. I'm going to come sit in your parking lot with a bunch of other fucking people that are just going to come sit in your parking lot. Just to prove again that these rules are stupid and make no sense. The problem is that we have a bunch of people. This is the problem, I swear. At the end of the day, for all the bullshit and stuff that we're doing about this, here's the real problem with all this. We have people that are making these rules right now that want to keep their fucking job. We have congressmen, senators, governors that want to keep their jobs. So what is their job to do? A, take care of the problem, but 1A, make sure that people aren't too impositioned by the whole thing. We're going to make a difference. We're going to make things great, but we're not going to put you out too far. We're going to let you chill at home for a couple weeks. We're going to let you Netflix and chill. It's going to be cool. It's going to be awesome. But, you can't go to a restaurant, because we have to have an actual rule. So 75 of you can't go to a sit-down restaurant. 150 of you can go someplace else.
Your finger's too close, by the way.
I don't. Again, smack it. Huh? That would mean that you had to touch it. So I'm just saying that's what it comes down to right now for me. Look at Russia. Have you seen what Russia put in place?
No. Tell me.
Fuck Putin. I'll say that as an American. Respect him because he's strong. He's still,
Careful when you say fuck Putin.
He's still pretty much a dick. I'm sure they're listening. Fucking Giba. Must strike him now. Whatever.
Send in the missiles.
Good luck coming in, bro.
He might be Russian bear, but we'll take him.
I know where the rainbow fucking bar is. I'll get you.
No,
I'll get you coroned up in no fucking time.
Fucking Putin. It's close to fucking the pootie, so be careful.
No, that's just weird.
All right. Anyways,
had to take it down that road, didn't you?
I did.
Anywho, if they find that you are out of your home for an unlawful reason, do you know what the penalty is right now for that?
5 years in jail.
7!
See?
7 years you serve! Yes!
As much as I don't respect Russia, I love that.
I mean, come on. Like, that's great. Give me a...
Guess what? No one's going outside.
Right. I would order new style at that point. Let them deliver instead of going and picking up McDonald's.
Okay. We're just jumping. We're just gangbanging all these topics I got. Ordering takeout.
I wouldn't do that to a topic with you. I'm just
ordering takeouts.
Yeah.
Or takeout. Be fucking careful. I'm gonna tell you what. Another week and a half. This won't even be a thing.
What won't?
Ordering takeout.
Why? They're not going to cut that out.
As soon as
America's not going to cut that out.
Listen to me. Listen.
Right.
Listen to this thoroughly. As soon as the numbers start to spike. Now I know we're going to flatten the curve. We're all out in front of this. But as soon as the numbers start to spike and triple and double, or double, triple, quadruple, and at that point we won't know who's got it. No one is going to want to go. They don't know who's fucking making their fucking hamburger at McDonald's or their Swenson burger.
And the people that eat that stuff every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday clearly are going to be affected.
Possibly.
No, they're not. It's going to keep on.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think the high school kid in McDonald's or the kid that just graduated high school in McDonald's, do you think he cares about washing his hands?
Do I think that? No.
No.
That's not what I just said. I'm talking about the people that are buying. I'm not talking about the people that are working and selling. I'm talking about the people that are buying this every day on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday throughout the week. They're not going to stop. They don't fucking care. I don't have it right now, do I? Bam. I washed up. I'm clean. You cooked my shit, so my shit's probably fine because you cooked it. They're going to get it anyway. I'm telling you what, it's not unless they physically shut them down. Delivery's going to keep on happening. And now they've got contact free. Trying to go one more step.
It's no different than the toilet paper people.
Trying to talk over me.
It's no different than the toilet paper people. I have my good qualities. Somebody bought the toilet paper, and everybody else thought they had to buy it too. Somebody's going to stop going to these places because they're going to say the people in there are unsanitary, and it's going to shut it all down. I'm telling you, it will.
I don't disagree with you, man. I mean, I was laughing. Of all things that have to go, shit paper, got to have it now.
Dumb.
On a virus.
Actually, morons.
On a virus that doesn't attack your asshole.
It's fucked up when I go in, and now there is bread now, but there was no bread. There was no toilet paper. But there's plenty of beer.
Oh, dude, bringing it out by the pallets. We were there while they were bringing it out at Giant Eagle. Dude, we were laughing. Like, they're like, no. We will get through this together.
Yes.
And that's what everybody's doing. Everybody's drinking.
At my
Everybody's getting drunk and making babies. That's what everybody's doing right now. Because Netflix is not putting it out fast enough. They're trying, but they are not cranking it out fast enough.
So I'm going to give a little announcement since I'm working the IT field. We have some confusion. A lot of you are working at home, and I get this confusion, and this is the confusion. I'm connected to my remote app that gets me into my computer at work, and it's slow as shit. My response is, you have to understand that there's 7 million people at home right now working. The internet is at 98% capacity. It's almost full.
Like the world's internet?
Yes. Well, yeah. The World Wide Web. No, hold on. And I told him this, and he says this to me, Jake. He says, well, when I get on my Netflix, stream movies, it runs just fine. My son can be in there on his PS4 or Xbox, and he's playing online games just fine. I get on my work remote connection, and it's slow as dog shit. It's got to be the network. Dude, Netflix has the utmost premier software servers for this stuff. All right? Your Xbox, your PlayStation, they have millions of players every day. They know how to handle this shit.
Sure.
These streaming services that are helping you remote in from work were not set up for millions and millions of people. They were set up for 50 there, 100 over here. I'm telling you what, that's why. Anyways, where were you at?
No, that's it. That covered me. I got nothing.
Okay. So
no,
please,
it's fucking ridiculous.
Please understand.
No, we're gonna work from home. Because that's the safe and the sanitary thing to do.
Yes.
If you're not necessarily in the building, God forbid if you can do your job fucking better when you're there, we're going to make you go home and fucking get on a million phone calls and send 1,000 emails that nobody's going to fucking answer because, they're so busy as being one of the 4 people in the building that they don't have time to text, call, or fucking email you back. So it's one big fucking pain in the ass. So yeah, the one thing I do fucking expect is for my shit to fucking run right.
Amen. And I'll tell you what, from the one person that is in the office, I have a great support group in my group. But, when I've got 7 different forms of communication and I ask you a question and you're one of the many that are working at home, I expect an answer pretty quick because I expect you to be working. And I've not found that to be. And I can understand that because I can imagine I'm going to stroll over here to the fridge and get me something to eat or whatever. Maybe I'm just imagining things because I haven't actually worked at home yet.
I'm going to tell you what, I'm more efficient. I'll be the first one to admit it. I don't spend near the time getting coffee or, if I have to take a project back to somebody that I've known for a long time and they're like, hey, what about this? And then we end up in a few-minute conversation. I don't lose the time walking throughout the building. I bet I'm saving an hour a day that's used on moving throughout the shop and having conversations with people by just being home. I don't take a structured hour lunch. What am I going to do for an hour? Kick my feet up and I just keep on plowing away to where I would say that my work amount is going up. The work quality, I hope, is there, but I feel like there's so much that's copying 17 people and 13 of them have to give an answer, and I don't know. Working from home is just not for everybody.
I feel like since...
I lied at the beginning, by the way. This is just going to be the fucking Corona episode, apparently, at this point. So we're just rolling with it, trying to get it all out there. Well, I hope that we're touching on things that you guys are all feeling too. If we're missing something, shoot us an email at theharperguys@gmail.com and let us know if we're missing something because I'm trying to turn this into not Groundhog Day. And, the longer we talk about it, the more I'm just like,
no. Listen, hey.
We got at least another fucking week plus of this shit.
We won't be talking about this much the next episode unless 500,000 people die in the United States, and then we'll probably be talking about it. But if it stays within the normal expected range, then we won't be talking about this next show.
Good.
Hopefully we'll be talking about baseball starting up or
baseball
whatever.
stuff.
Yeah, baseball stuff. So let's go non-corona for a minute. And they all cheered. Hey. Okay. So I got a little story.
All right.
I started to tell Jake about this story, and I didn't tell him the whole story because I'm hoping to get a chuckle. So, reading a ruler.
Yeah.
This is sometimes, and for some people, this is a lost art.
Reading a ruler?
You would think not.
What?
Dude, I'm going to tell you what. And it made me think, when I wrote that heading down for this topic, made me think. And then I thought back to about, it must have been 10 years ago already, that I made this little graph, and it showed like 2 full inches. And it showed the marks and what they mean. And I did this for people in our office.
What?
Yes, because they didn't know how to fucking read a ruler.
What?
Exactly. Like, they didn't know. If I said, hey, they could probably figure out like 5.5 inches, or they probably figure like 10.5 inches. But they if I said like 7 1/8, they'd be like, da. So I'm just thinking that this is becoming a lost art, reading a ruler.
Apparently, math is a fucking lost art too, because 1/8 is fucking 0.125. I mean, it ain't that fucking hard.
No.
1 divided by 8, 0.125.
So here's my story. I stroll into my local hardware store in my ye little town, and we're doing a lot of home remodeling, which I'm sure a lot of people might be, because we're at home most of the time. Fuck it, might as well make it prettier.
Why not?
So we're redoing my daughter's room, which actually we were going to do before the Corona incident, but fuck it. It just made it even more standardized just to do it, because we're going to be home anyways.
Get her done.
So she's got a cute little vanity and got the lights, and I'm going to rewire this thing because I have a little bit of capability, which I have another tidbit on that about electricity. So I go to Ace. Oh, I said the name. I didn't want to say the name. I go to the hardware store.
Because there's only one.
In Norton,
Ohio, Medina County.
This young lady, now the gender is not a factor in this topic, but this is
There's more than 2.
Yeah. She asked me if I need help. I said, yeah, I need 8 feet of this here thin white cord. She picked it up. She looked at it. She looked at me. She goes, I'm going to take this in the back. I said, all right. Usually what they do is they'll just 4 feet, 8 feet, snip, fill out the little paper, give it to you.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know why she was taking it in the back. Then I started to think, yeah, maybe she just can't read a ruler. I don't know. Maybe she's going to go ask somebody for help. I don't know.
I don't know either.
Anyway, she's gone for about 15 minutes. I'm kind of getting to the what the fuck point, because I'm like, this is 8 feet.
A fucking cord.
Yeah, of thin cord. It's not even like, I need the fucking choppers, the jaws of life. Nothing like this.
Right.
So I'm looking around, and I'm even going up in different aisles. I'm like, well, I guess either she forgot of me, or maybe then I thought, maybe she had to shit. Maybe she had to shit, and that's what's taking so long. I don't know. So next thing I know, I see her.
I've never had that thought when I'm waiting for somebody in a
It
service
was
industry.
so long. It was so long. So she comes back.
Okay.
She comes back, and she's got this just looping event of cord. And I'm like astonished. I'm looking at it, and I'm just keep looking at it. And she goes, here you go. And I'm like, the price was like 49 cents a foot. So I'm thinking, all right, it's $4. But I'm like, man, she's got 50 feet. Easily 50 feet of cord. And I could have paid $4 for 50 feet of cord.
But instead, you ruined that girl's day, wasted more time, and paid more than you had to for it.
Well, in the end, I could have had cord for the rest of my life. But I said, Miss, I'm pretty sure that's way more than 8 feet. She looked at me with a blanket stare like, you're going to make me do this again.
Oh, you were that guy for a minute, huh? Like, she was like, damn you.
She was like, all right. She goes, well, I was having some problem with the machine. I'm like, what? And she goes, so I'll go back and double check. So apparently, now I'm trying to figure this all out. I didn't go back with her. I'm trying to figure it. So apparently they have something that they run this through, and it must calculate how much cord they're running through, right? And it must, I'm imagining.
That's pathetic if that exists.
I'm imagining a little digital readout or a little counter. So another 10 minutes go by.
So now you've been in the store for a solid half hour.
Half an hour. And at this point, I'm okay. Fuck it. I'm pot committed, baby. Deal the cards. She comes back with this very small little loop of cord, and I'm like, that looks like 8 feet. She hands it to me. And she goes, here you go. She goes, yeah, I was way off. She goes, I read those numbers wrong. That was 80. gonna give me 80 fucking feet
She tried to give you 10 times as much.
for the same price.
You could have got $50 worth of shit.
I literally
$4.90.
would have never needed cord again. Lamp cord.
I got 3 different things that could use some lamp cord right now, so.
I guess the good Samaritan me prevailed, but what a fuck is... So then I'm on the way home, and I don't have that far to drive, and I'm like, man, if that was me, and I just had no idea how to read a ruler, I would still be like, well, I'm 5.5 feet, or I'm 6 feet tall, just about. So it's probably just a little bit taller than me.
You're talking about logic. Logic is different than science.
I know, but
a ruler is measurable. A ruler is science. You're trying to get somebody to combine
just
the
saying,
two. I'm just saying, anybody that's under the age of 25.
Yeah, if she would have brought me the cord and it was 10 feet long and I got home and it's 10 feet, I'm like, oh, she's off a couple feet, whatever. I got extra couple feet. But the 80 feet versus 8. At what time was she like, this can't be 8 feet?
You ever consider this? She fucking works at Lowe's. She doesn't give a fuck. She just wants to fucking get the shit done. She doesn't know what it means, so she chopped off a giant fucking chunk. You're like, here's your giant. Here's your giant hog.
She tried to read the little readout, and she gave me 80.
She got it wrong.
I'm just saying, she could have held it up over her head and been like, this is close enough to 8 feet.
Well, to go back to your original question on this about reading a ruler, I'm going to tell you right now that I believe that it's about 56-44, the percentage of men to women in this world, right? That women are more populated than men.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that that's accurate. It's a bigger gap than you would think. This world's not 50-50.
There's plenty of ladies to go around.
There are, especially if you like them if you like those ladies over 80s, you're in there like swimwear, bro.
No, not the Corona's going to take them out.
But that's what makes
Let's
up
recalculate.
It makes up a large percentage of the difference. Anywho, I'm just saying, in that 44% that is us, if you are between the ages of, 16 and 90, and you can't read a ruler, then fuck you, man. You're not going to make it through the coronavirus or any other apocalypse ever. I mean, this is a basic rudimentary fucking skill.
Now,
if I give you a ruler, some duct tape, and a fucking vice grip, you better be able to fucking get something accomplished.
I'm going to tell you what, and I'm not...
Maybe some WD-40.
I'm not trying to say... I'm sure there's plenty of guys out there that can't read a ruler, but the 4 cases that I'm most recent with, it's all been women. And I'm not saying that... Maybe they just don't have any need to read a ruler. I don't know.
Yeah, well... As long as you don't say that they can't drive, then
now that they can't fucking do.
Then you're being a pig.
I don't care. I'm a pig then.
I do have my daughters chart that while we're driving down the road. Every time there's a bad driver, I make it a point to go around them, and I'll be like, "Want to bet? Want to bet?" And it's to the point where they don't even fuck with me about it
because they know.
Because they'll be like, "It's a woman."
I love it.
But
yes.
But what's true is that they're.
If I could high five you, I would.
But is that they're. And I know this is from my dad point of view. They're all fantastic drivers. Now, what's funny is that they always yell at me about my driving.
Okay.
Like that's my favorite part is they yell at me about it. And I'm like, genetically, I've got this, right? It's all handled.
All right. So I do want to go back though, real quick.
Yeah.
I am an excellent ruler reader, but just for common.
Oh, are you excellent at reading the lines that are fucking pre-made for you?
But just for
congratulations.
But just for comedy's sake.
Spell cat.
Just for comedy's sake, I will say, you always measure twice and cut once.
Well, sure you do.
But even I have fucked that up.
You did. And I just kept on drinking beer.
But it wasn't that I fucked up that I didn't measure twice. It's just that I fucked up on my estimates on making cornhole boards. Yeah. And it only took Jake and I 4 trips to fucking Lowe's, but we fucking got them done.
We did. Hey,
and it was a good day.
Resilience is one of the fucking pillars, brah. Sometimes you got to use that to get through.
And I know we've all done that before. We've all misread the ruler. Those of us that know how.
Right. I didn't say you get it right every time.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, the worst ones that'll get you on a fucking ruler are the 8s.
2 and 10?
The 8s or the 16ths. Because if you're counting them real quick and like you're in a hurry and you're using it, you'll skip one sometimes.
I'll tell you what gets me, because I try to be smarter than the average bear, which sometimes it nips me. So you've got your... Let's just say you're using a ruler.
Don't be that dick that starts at 1.
I do. Sometimes I do.
Fuck, man.
Because I hate the edge.
Man. He also squats the pee in the woods, wipes from the front, all of those things.
Why would I wipe from the front?
Dude, it's a thing. There's dudes that do it. I don't know how.
Let me smear the shit all over my balls.
Dude, I had a really, really, really good friend of mine that that used to play in a poker league with us that was a frontster. And dude... when I found this out, it happened over a drinking game one night to where it was like, never have I ever wiped from the front. And legitimately, he took a drink and I was like, what? You just changed our friendship. How does that work?
X the corona, I am never shaking your hand again, let alone fist bumping.
We're not even friends anymore. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, that happened. Like, literally, he's a frunster. Like, that was the name that we came up with him for it. Like, I don't understand, like, what the mechanics of that are. Like, how does that work properly?
It
Like,
does not work properly.
I mean-
there's nothing you can do as a man, as a real man, to fucking wipe your shit towards your nuts.
That's what I'm saying. Do you end up with some weird little, like, giant dingleberry under your nutsack? Like, how does this work?
Like a patch of poo.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Patchy poo poo.
Maybe somebody can explain that to me. So,
For the Jacksons at home.
sorry to take you down that fucking hole, but that's a true story right there. So,
That
yeah.
is so fucking gross. Don't ever fucking do that if
Right.
you're a man.
Don't be a front wiper, dog.
Girls should not be a front wiper either
Yeah.
if they're wiping their ass.
Dude,
If you-
speaking of weird shit that has to do
Pardon
do with
me.
this, I forgot to tell you about this.
son of a bitch.
I was actually at a customer's. It's been about a month ago now. God, I can't believe I forgot to tell you this. It was one of those where like 3 days run together, and
Is this show apropos?
I'm still confused. Like, you ever think you know something, but then you're like, I'm gonna check with somebody else just to fucking make sure. So I go into this bathroom at a customer. I've been on the road for hours. I pull in and I said, "Excuse me, I'm so excited to see you guys. Can you just give me 2 seconds to go wash my hands real quick? You know, obviously I got to take a piss. You know, but I'm not gonna be like, hey, I gotta go take a piss. You know,
I need a comfort break.
right? You know, it's been 2.5 hours. I'm gonna go wash my hands real quick for our meetings. That work okay for you?
I've got a turd that's just boiling over.
That I have not done yet, honestly. In 3 years, I've been close. I canceled a meeting once because I shit my pants. That's a whole nother thing, though. But no, I get in there, and dude, I'm not joking. About, I would say, 4th rib high is what I'm dealing with at that point. I'm standing there, relieving my 2.5 hours of build up coffee and Diet Mountain Dew.
Urination.
And I look to my right, and there is a roll of toilet paper hanging in between the 2 urinals. You got the little wall that's still in between urinal 1 and urinal 2, and it's like here.
It's up above where you can like just pull it. What are you pulling that down for?
I mean, are people penis wiping? Like, I don't know.
Are we wiping the tip?
I mean, that's what I'm guessing. I mean, do you have something that runs down like the first 1/4 inch of the shaft, and you feel the need? Like, I don't know.
I mean, I guess.
I know we're taking this down a whole different road. I'm just asking for the show. Like,
So-
I've never seen this before.
So I like to, deflect with common sense. So,
Yeah.
I mean, there's been times where I've been in a hurry and I'm like, God damn, I should have shaken that one more time. But are they trying to wipe the shake? I mean, I don't know. What are we doing here?
I don't know, man. That's why I'm just saying. It was weird shit that I saw.
Don't shake your dick in the urinal. Use toilet paper and hope that you absorb it all. I don't know. What is that? That's weird.
I don't know, man. That's all I got on that, though.
Wow.
So I just want to share that with you real
So
quick.
back to the urinals and back to washing your fucking hands.
Oh.
Do it and do it more often and do it good. You got to get those thumbs. Somebody was showing me in the picture there about the thumbs, and I'm like,
Yeah.
you know what? I wash my thumbs, but I never washed them like that. I'm like, it's good to know.
I want you to tell the story, and I want to preface it with this. There is somebody in your life that's going to come to your mind right now, and you should shame them if they do what Adam's about to describe.
Yes. So I am in the office urinal doing my business. There was a fella in the urinal beside. We have dual urinals side by side with the little divider, so you're not sneaking a peek. And somebody liked to sneak
That
peeks.
was a weird laugh that accompanied that term. You had sneak
Hey,
a peek down pretty
I've seen
close.
the fucking tall guys look over. All right, I'm just saying they're fucking gross. Anyways.
You flick it up, give him a show.
Here, yeah. I don't have any toilet paper here. You little squirt there for you, bud.
I'm just saying, you just raise it up a little bit. Is this what you're looking for?
Is-
Does this meet your expectations?
should I pull out the
They're
rest
giants?
or what do you? Anyways, so this guy, and I'm not going to name him because that's not my business,
Damn it!
but he literally, and I'll just say this. No, I'm not even going to say that. He literally goes. Now this is
It's fucking gross.
This
Just-
is
just
last
tell the story.
Last Thursday, when all this corona shit was hitting the fan and we're scrambling in IT to get everybody working from remotely from home, he fucking goes from the urinal straight out the door.
No hand washy.
You shouldn't do that anyways.
Ever.
Let alone during the fucking crisis, pandemic, whatever you want to call it. You just can't. Now, that every time I see that guy, I'm going to be 12 feet away.
There are 2 acceptable times to do that. What are they?
I don't know, but you're going to tell me.
When you're hunting, because you're out in the woods.
Yes.
You know? And when you're tailgating. If you have to pee beside somebody's car with the door open, those are the 2 times you're allowed to touch your dick and not go wash your hands.
Right.
Now, you should have some fucking Purell wipes around.
Yeah.
Someplace, you know.
Washy, scrubby.
Even if it's not till you're done in the woods for the afternoon, you know, because you don't want to scare the deer with the Purell smell.
What was the line from Seinfeld? Remember? He was like doing this, looking at the pisser, looking at the door. And he's like, or no, it was the shitter. Poppy got a little sloppy. Remember the guy was Poppy?
No.
Had the restaurant, owned a restaurant in Seinfeld, and Seinfeld was in there.
He dropped a deuce and just walked out.
He walked straight out, and
Yeah.
Seinfeld had to tell on him because it was gross. He's
Yeah.
in there cooking your food. That's back to my point. You don't know who's fucking making your food.
Right, so don't fuck with them. That's always the point. Do not fuck with the people that make your food.
Right, but right now you shouldn't even have anybody making your food but your goddamn self.
Well, that's your choice, and I believe in that. All I'm saying is if you are going to go get your shit picked up, you should be extra nice.
Of course.
Welcome to McDonald's. How can I take your order?
But if,
I'd like a
if
number
Jimmy
2
in the
with
back
Diet
is
Coke.
drooling snot and got corona and he's making your fucking pizza, sorry, you just got it. He might love you. He might think you're the greatest person in the world.
People roll all kinds of dice, bro. I don't know what you want me to tell you.
I'm just saying.
I'm going to tell you what. I honestly feel like, and maybe this is what we've been leading to here. I feel like going to a major supermarket with 100 other people is way more dangerous than me picking up food from a building of 8 for my car of 4 to go home and eat it. You're talking, I mean, that's just scale, right? 12 people involved total. The 8 people that work there,
I know,
the
but it
4
just
people in
takes
my car.
one.
You're right, but it just takes one at a grocery store.
Okay, so, kind of. I've been to the store 3 or 4 times, like I said earlier, since this all broke out. I've heard because I've counted, I've heard one person cough, and it was 2 aisles away.
I'm going to tell you what, there is nobody in this world that has a scratchy throat that is willing to cough in public right now. I would reach in and rip my own esophagus out before I would cough in front of anybody in public right now, unless I was literally on the verge of death. Because as soon as you do, you are fucking carrying the letter A around, bro. You are fucking marked.
I know.
And I won't do it.
But I'm just telling you.
Yeah.
So if nobody's coughing, and they're touching stuff, I get it, they're touching stuff, but if you go home and you wipe the shit down like we do, I don't know how you're more susceptible.
Here's a few little tidbits in case you hadn't heard.
I haven't heard.
So here's a few little tiny pieces of information that get lost in the shuffle of everyday's numbers and statistics and the Dows falling apart and everything else. If you are part of the O blood type family, you are 30% less likely to get it.
Are you part of the O?
I am. I am a universal donor. I'm O negative. It's a big joke in our family because, of course, I'm O negative. Like, you know what I mean? Like, of course you are. Because, like, that's the universal donor. They can
Is
take
that
anything.
the wife's face?
Uh,
That sounds like the wife's face.
That was a different version of the wife's face, but, whatever. The other part of the blood type thing is that if you are a blood type, you are 40% more likely to be on the list.
I
So,
better
know your shit when it comes to
I don't
those
know
two.
I don't know my blood type, so I'm fucked.
Now, there's one other thing, and you're going to be like, it's been going on since Adam and Eve. Women, 60% more likely to be a carrier that exhibits no signs. She could have that shit for 2 weeks, walking around contagious. I'm on quarantine. It doesn't matter. All the while have no idea that she's spreading this shit around. That is a true story.
Yeah.
Women are way less likely, 60%. 60% of women that have had it have not shown any signs of it so far. Ain't that some shit?
That is some shit.
So if you're an A-type man, don't fucking leave your house. That's the best advice I have. I play the numbers.
All right.
Although I will say I wear my O negative like a cape. Okay, it goes into the whole. I mean, we talked about this last show, playing in the dirt and fucking around and shit. Whatever, man. If I'm gonna get the coronavirus and that's how I'm gonna go out, whatever. I'm gonna go out a legend.
Sounds like it sucks really bad.
It does. I mean,
What'd you tell me today?
How many ways to die are fun? I mean, that's the other thing that I want to say about this. Everybody's like, oh, God, Corona, no. I mean, name a fun way to die. You know, he passed in his sleep. That's as close as you're getting. What you don't know is while he was laying there in his sleep, he had that heart attack. It was like, for like 3 minutes before he actually fucking died.
Probably.
So, literally, a shotgun to the head, that's probably the closest thing because instantaneously, you have no cognitive thought. Other than that, there's no fun way to go.
Probably not. Probably, I mean, maybe like jumping off the Empire State Building. At least you get a few minutes of exhilaration.
I guess, but you know what I'm saying? Like, people are acting like this is the worst thing in the whole fucking world of all time. No, it's not. Wars have killed millions and millions and millions of people. Like,
Right. But at the same time,
dude, go back in history. Bubonic plague, the Black Plague. I mean, there have been so many fucking things that have wiped out. I mean, what we did to the fucking Native Americans. Hundreds of thousands of fucking people. We hit 1,000. Oh my God, 1,000 people died. In a society that will keep everybody alive. Now, there's no the weak fucking get cast out and fucking don't make it, only the strong survive. We all make it now, you know? Thanks to modern medicine, you might take 47 pills a day, but you're going to fucking make it. So that's why we're all freaking out. Because all of a sudden, holy shit, there's something out there that might level the fucking playing field. That might be like, yep.
What do you mean by leveling the playing field?
It's actually going to bring fucking natural selection back into play. If it's your time to fucking go, people used to live to be 40. Now they're living to be 120 fucking 5.
That's probably a stretch.
You want to bet? Somebody alive right now. Write this down. Somebody write this down because I'm going to guarantee it.
Somebody is.
Somebody's
not the majority.
Somebody's alive right now that's going to see 150. And there might be somebody alive right now that sees 200.
No, dude, you don't even understand that. The body doesn't work that way.
Are you kidding? Dude, you need to start reading more.
Have you ever seen a 100-year-old? The shit's dragging.
I actually was just at a birthday party for a 100-year-old in the fall. I actually just watched another 100-year-old break the 100-year-old record for the 100 meters. He did it in less than 20 seconds. This guy ran a half marathon for his 95th birthday. Like, there's a lot of fucking people. I'm just saying, man.
No one's living to 200. I'm telling you that right now.
Somebody's gonna. Dude,
nobody.
Dude, the way things are going at this point.
Not 200.
Back when people lived till 40, they were like, nobody's living to 80. You're dumb. You're a moron. If you think somebody's living to 80, you take your rock and you go home now.
You know what? I'll tell you about your rock. You've got one for your brain right now. No one's living to 200.
Somebody's living to 200, bro.
Nobody ever.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my whole life.
The body is so worn at 100. There's no way it's making it 100 more years. I don't care who you are.
Dude, the way people take care of their bodies now, somebody's making it, bro. And it's going to keep getting worse.
I don't know anybody.
I don't qualify. I am not going to be the 200-year guy. I know that.
I don't think anybody is.
I'm not blinded by that fucking light.
More kids I see these days, young kids, little kids, 11-year-old, 12-year-olds, they're putting on more pounds than I've seen in a long time because they're sitting at home playing video games.
Dude, that's the whole thing about the upcoming generations is you're going to have way more of a gap, right? Because it used to be that everybody had a lot of the same hardships. Even the richest motherfuckers in the world used to have a carriage that had to drove them around by horse. It took forever to fucking get there. You were susceptible to the heat. You didn't have air conditioning, dust, all that shit, right? Now, when you're at the top of the heap, you can live the cushiest fucking lifestyle on the fucking planet. So, it's definitely changed as far as that goes.
Sure.
There's people that are taking great care of themselves. All I'm saying is, it is what it is.
Tim Misney says the show's over, baby.
Well, Tim Misney can fucking say what he wants. He'll make me pay. So
careful. He'll make you pay.
He will. So thanks for joining the Corona Show. Hopefully you learned something. Maybe you laughed a little bit. Sorry you had to hear about the Corona again for an hour straight. I'm not the fucking sorry. We're all in the same fucking boat here. You guys are awesome. Keep getting through it.
Wash your fucking hands and do it right.
Are you gonna man up here, or what are we? Yeah, fucking pip, motherfucker.
Hold on, we're not pip-pipping yet.
That's right. Because if you've got mental health issues, 1-800-622-HELP. We're all going through some mental shit right now. Don't get yourself fucked up. 1-800-622-HELP. Give them a call if you know anybody that needs the help.
exactly what he said.
You good now?
Yes. So if you have the feeling like you want to hurt yourself or hurt others, call the fucking number. Don't do that shit.
Amen.
Pip, pip.
Cheerio.